State your name and where you from.
Yo, I go by Antenna. I'm from Florida right now. I'm in Florida.
Antenna, what's up?
What's up?
What you want to talk about today, man?
So I wouldn't necessarily call myself a hater, but I do disagree with some of the stuff that you said.
Sure.
Um,
What do
yeah,
you
so
disagree with?
yeah, so one of the things that you said was that you often fight against the idea that when women typically say, or when you say that, like, oh, um I don't want a woman with a high body count, you know. And then most women come with the accusation. I was like, oh, that has to do with your insecurity, or you're insecure or whatever. I was wondering, what's your defense for the claim of you being insecure?
When a man doesn't want a woman with a high body count and the woman then claims that, oh, he's insecure because of it.
Yeah, like in most podcasts, you're often like, or the idea often gets said that, like, oh, the person's only saying that because they're insecure. I was wondering, what's your defense against that?
Well, what point do you disagree with? What did I say that you disagree with? Did you ever hear my rebuttal to that or no?
It's probably kind of from clips, so probably not.
Okay, you never heard my
That's why I
rebuttal?
was wondering. I was wondering, like, what's your defense for that? What do you say to that, to somebody who
Yeah.
calls you insecure for that?
Yeah, if a woman calls a man insecure because he wants a woman with a
Not
less
just a
body.
woman, anybody who calls you insecure for that. What's your defense for that? Not
Yeah,
just a
well,
woman. It doesn't have to be a woman.
I got you. The defense is very simple, man. Um, the man isn't insecure. It's a preference to want a woman with a lower body count. Not only that it's a preference, let's peel the layer back. It's in a man's nature to want a woman with a low body count. A man is capable to spread his seed far and wide. A woman, she can only get pregnant and bring a kid full term, one kid once per year. So she's made for quality, right? So since the woman is made for quality, it's she should be have she should have some sexual temperance. You know what I mean? Also, sex for a woman is very easy to get. Women, I mean that woman that I just had on the stream, she was obese, and I'm sure she could still sleep with more men than you and I can. It's just it is what it is because most men are attracted to most women, and most men don't have access to sex, so they'll kind of hit anything. With that being said, what's easy is not respected. You get it? So I can't be insecure as a man if I want a woman with a low body count because that means that that woman has some sexual temperance and she has more value than the other woman that has a high body count. But yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay. So, like, typically when I'm in debates or whatever, I try to, like, write down what, or jot down what people say in order to keep track of all the ideas that's getting across or whatever.
Sure.
So I tried to write down or jot down exactly what you said, but I kind of, I can't type down everything, while you're talking. So
All good, man.
I
What
wrote
you
down
got?
I wrote down the three points that I caught or whatever. Is that number one? It's women. It's easier for women to get sex. That's number one. Number two, it's within a man's nature to spread his seed or have a lot of sex. And number three, it's just a preference. Okay, is that accurate?
Well, we're speaking about the woman. I just gave the differences. So let's just speak about the woman. It's not in a woman's nature to be sleeping around with a lot of men, right? The other thing is uh when a woman, since it's easy for her to get sex and she has sex a lot, it's not respected because what's easy is not respected. You look like you play video games, right?
Every day.
Every day. You already know if you playing with Kevin, let's just make an imaginary friend that you have Kevin. Kevin plays it on easy mode. You play it on hard mode. Who gets more respect?
Typically me.
Typically you. Yep, that's just the way life works. That's how the human mind perceives it. And then the third thing was the value, right? The woman that, uh, you know, um, she has some sexual temperance. Obviously, she has more value than a woman that doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so I wanna go. I don't like to kind of speak in paragraphs or whatever. I want to kind of go point by point here.
sure.
So
Let's
I want
go.
to address the first thing, right? Let's address the easy part, right? You said that um because a woman, it's easier for a woman to get sex, therefore it's not as valued or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you study like any sort of philosophy at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are you familiar with like within philosophy, there's a phenomenon that's called the is-ought gap or the is-ought problem. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so within you should, I mean, you said you're aware of it. You should know that within philosophy, you're saying something. You can't prescribe a moral claim or you can't prescribe like a value system from a fact of the matter. There's like something that is the case can't therefore ought to be the case, right? So given that's the case, saying something is easy to do, therefore it ought not to be valued, or we ought to prescribe some sort of less value to it, doesn't necessarily follow. There's a lot of things that come easy to people. That doesn't necessarily make it like, that doesn't mean we automatically devalue it simply because it's easy. That's not like that doesn't like logically follow. There's
That's
two.
why. That's why I asked you the question. If you're playing the game on easy mode, I gave a hypothetical. A hypothetical is to test your logic. Do you know the laws of logic?
Yeah.
Okay, so the hypothetical is to test your logic. That's why I said if you're playing a video game with your friend Kevin, he plays it on easy mode and beats the game. You play it on hard mode and beat the game. Who has more respect? More respect. You said that you would have more respect, right?
That's not what I said.
You said typically I would have more respect.
There you go.
There we go. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's think about women. It's easy for women to get sex, right? It's harder for a man to get sex, right? Since they play the sex game on easy mode, how we perceive it, just how you perceive the video game, everybody perceives the video game like that, my man. Everybody perceives the woman like that. It's just the facts of the matter. That is, every human being we perceive as the woman that's doesn't have any sexual temperance. No one respects that woman. Thousands of years ago in the Quran and the Torah and the Bible, no one respected her. No one still doesn't. She still doesn't get respect to this day. So sure, go ahead. So I understand your point as far as the is and the ought, right? So I made a is claim. So it is claim is just a description, right? It's a description. Then I made a prescription. The prescription is you really shouldn't be dating a woman with a high body count. The reasons being, right? So I could do that.
Well, hold on.
That's what's doable.
Right. I want to address what you said here. So like I said, like that's right there is fallacious reasoning. You can't prescribe something, you can't prescribe a value system or an ought claim simply to the fact of the matter. Simply because something is the case doesn't necessarily follow that it ought to be deemed as such or deemed as this, deemed as high value, deemed as low value, whatever the case may be. You said that, everybody thinks this way. That's why I also said that typically okay. Well, that's why I said that typically or whatever, most people would say like, yeah, I would, when it comes to the video game and Kevin or whatever, that's why I said typically, yeah, more people would say that I did the skillful thing or whatever. But like, again, it's typical for a reason. Then that's the case.
Got you. I'm letting you know it's biological. So let's do another hypothetical to test your logic, right? So if you had if you had a son, girl A has 100 body count. Girl B is a virgin. Now let's give her 1 body count. So girl A, 100 body count. Girl B, she has 1 body count. Who would you advise your son to marry?
Who would I advise my son to marry based off his stats or whatever? I would
now
advise
look,
him to marry
the virgin. Okay. Now, when you peel back the layer to why you perceive and you think that he should marry the virgin is because you are looking at longevity. You want the best for your son. So you already know that the virgin or the girl with one body count would be the best choice for your son. So now let's peel back the layer further. You're talking about you can't make an is claim with an ought. I'm telling you that the is, right? This is just a fact. And the ought claim literally goes with it. Because it
can't. That's
it goes with it. You could say it's fallacious, but it is. You yourself just admitted it.
You're admitting that it's fallacious. Like you can't do that. That's fallacious.
I don't admit that. What I'm saying is every human being is going to make that choice. So how can it
That's
be fallacious?
well, okay. So that's the other thing I
Wait,
want
time
to
out.
get to.
Do you even know what fallacious means?
Yeah, it means that it's gap and reasoning. It means that your premise one, premise two doesn't necessarily add up to your conclusion. So, given that's
No.
the case, when you
Well,
said
then that doesn't make sense.
hold
Like
on, when
I'm telling you, it isn't fallacious.
it is fallacious. You literally
Okay.
giving the is ought gap. You're saying something is the case, and you're gonna prescribe a value system to something to a fact of the matter. You can't do that. That doesn't necessarily follow. So there's number one.
Well,
Number
you're
two,
proving my
hold on,
point by answering
wait,
real
let me
quick. I'll let you go real quick.
okay, let me
When
finish.
the
You
way
said
I got you
you
real
said that
second, real
okay,
quick,
well, hold on.
right?
You said
I
that
got you. I got you.
everyone
Listen. I
okay.
got you. It's very simple, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't want you to get confused. Manipulation happens when you focus on the effects and not the cause. Let's
Okay.
just stick with the cause. You ain't finna manipulate me or my audience, right?
Okay, I'm not
So
manipulating you.
no,
I'm
no,
just telling
with
you it's a fallacy. You
no,
can't
no.
do that.
Listen.
Okay.
You just yourself
Mm-hmm.
answered to both hypotheticals that what's easy is not respected, and you
Yeah.
just answered to the other
That's
hypothetical.
fallacious, though. That's what I'm saying.
Once again, to the other hypothetical, but the hypothetical is just to test your logic. So if you're trying to go against what I'm saying, obviously I'm thinking that you're trying to go against what I'm saying. You're trying to say that the woman that has a man choosing a woman with a high body count, you're saying that he wouldn't be insecure.
No,
You,
that's what you
okay?
said.
I said he wouldn't be insecure.
Yeah.
You're saying that he would be insecure.
Well, it depends on the reasoning. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm building to. But
Oh,
before
you're
you cut
building
me
to the
off, that's what I was
reasoning.
building
Well,
to.
look, no, but listen, right?
Uh-huh.
There effects. All this stuff you're about to get into. Those are just the effects on things. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. When you get to the root of it,
Uh-huh.
you just said if your son had girl A or girl B, you would choose girl B because she has a lower body count.
For statistics,
It doesn't. Yeah, it's because the reasoning is just what it is. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just as far as the video game, what's easy is not respected. It is what it is. That's the root of it, right?
Yeah, but
Now
that's
we can
still
talk about the
fallacious.
effects.
You
No,
can
it's
say
not,
it,
man.
you can say
I'll
it
let
is
you.
what it is. Hold on.
I'll let you
can,
go.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
You can say that it's not, but you and I can search up the is-ought fallacy, and I can explain to you exactly how it is. But you also, another thing you said to kind of back up the fallacious reasoning is that, well,
Sure.
everybody believes it. Yeah, well, everybody believed the world was flat. That doesn't make it, just because everybody believes something doesn't make that necessarily true. That's called the appeal to majority fallacy.
Not believe.
So hold on. Not only that,
We're
you also-
wired this
wait,
way.
Hold on. You also
Yes,
appeal
nature.
to religion or whatever. Again, that's also appeal to tradition. Just because something is traditionally the case doesn't necessarily mean that it ought to be the case. All of these are just stacked on logical fallacies that you're just building up. I can explain to you like in depth how each one is fallacious. But
I'm
all
letting
the-
you know that by your answers, bro, you're going all over the place. With your answers, you just said that it ought to be that way.
What?
Your answers proved that it ought to be that way. Now
My
let's break
answer's
it down.
hypothetical?
Your answers to the hypothetical.
Uh-huh.
Come on, bro. Let's make it all make sense.
Your
I
answer's
asked you a hypothetical to test your logic because I know where this goes. I've done
Okay.
many debates, right? So the
me too.
hypothetical is to test your logic.
Yeah.
So I'm letting you know that your answer proved that it ought to be that way. You said that you would choose the girl with the lower body count. So that means that it ought to be that way. You said
That's
that
not a
what's
not
easy
claim.
is not respected. So that means that what are you talking about? That is an alt claim. You just went ahead and answered it, bro.
Okay, so
you just said
the
that.
reason-
Well, you would advise your son he ought to do this. He ought to choose the girl
Sure.
with the lower body count. He ought to. So what are you talking about? Come on,
So
bro.
The problem there is that I'm not contradicting myself because
You
what
are.
I was okay. If you let me finish, I can explain
ahead.
to you how I'm not.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. So the reason why I'm not contradicting myself here is because what I was building to was the idea that when a man says that I don't want a woman with a high body count, that is built-in insecurity. The real reason is because he's insecure. Now, me saying that I would want my son to marry the virgin instead of the woman with the 3 million body count or whatever is because
Just 100.
Hold on. Oh, that's no. I'm helping you out. It could be 300, 3,000, 3 million, right? Infinite. The reason why I want my son to marry the virgin is because you would probably agree. Statistically, the relationship has a better chance of surviving if you were to date the virgin. Would you agree to that?
Every human being knows that.
Okay, cool. So the problem, though, is that that's still insecurity. That's still insecurity. The
You
reason
think
why
that that's
hold on,
insecurity?
let me explain.
Okay.
The reason why you want him to date the virgin is because if you were to date the woman with 300 body count, due to you reading stats, you are not sure of, not secure in, and not assured in. Those are the definitions of insecurity. You're not sure if this relationship is going to last. You are unassured. You're not secure if this relationship is going to last. You are unassured of. That would still be insecurity. It's just that your insecurity is backed by facts. It makes sense that you would be insecure, but you're still insecure. So yeah, you can't escape that there. Even
So
statistics, that would still be insecurity.
yeah, man. So this is that you're incorrect. But here's what insecurity means. Insecurity means lack of confidence. It also means that you're
not
unsure of
confident in the
yourself.
fact that this relationship
Let me
is gonna
finish.
last, so that would
Let me
still be
finish.
insecure.
No.
Yes,
Let me
yes.
explain what the
I'm
difference
not
of
confident
a
in the fact that
secure
this
man.
relationship is gonna last. So I want you to date the virgin. If you were
Wrong,
to date the
wrong.
woman with 300 body count, I'm not confident in the fact that that relationship's gonna last. That would still be insecure. You can
No, man.
rephrase that as much as you want. It's still
It's not a
insecurity.
rephrase. You sound like
Yeah.
one of the chicks on the podcast. So like, I'll explain it to you how I explain it to the chicks. I thought you're a man, so I thought you would have a little bit more logic and
This
reason.
is ad homs, bro.
So
This is just
this-
ad homs. Give me an
This is
actual
not an
argument.
ad hom.
You
This
just called me a
is what
woman.
you said.
That's an ad hom.
No, I said that you're a man. I didn't call you a woman.
You said I sound like one of those chicks. That would be an
I
ad
said
hom.
that I have to talk to you like one of the chicks.
Right, so that's an
Got
ad
it.
hom. That's an ad hom. You're insulting.
Perfectly fine. You could
Okay.
take a shot
I
back.
like
It's
how
okay.
you told your other debates or whatever that you're just
You could
ad
take
homing,
a-
just ad homing.
you
Here
could
are
take a
doing the
shot-
exact same thing.
Got
but
you.
okay.
You could take a shot back, but let me
I'm
explain
not
to you
ad
the
homing you. I have actual arguments, so yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, your arguments is weak. Okay, so insecurity, right?
Uh-huh.
Insecurity means a lack of confidence, means that you're unsure about yourself. So a man, you get it? A man
Man, heard you.
that is insecure. That guy, he's going to settle with anything because normally he has a lack of options or he doesn't understand his own value, right? And he's not secure in his position in the dating market to have the ability to get another girl. So he's going to take the woman with the high body count. That's what that man would do. The man that's secure, he's like, wait, no, why would I take the chick with a high body count when I could date a chick with a lower body count that's just as pretty? I'm going to take that chick because all human beings, we like the easiest path to success. That is what it is. And also a smart human being, we like to mitigate risk. So the human being that's choosing the girl with the low body count rather than the girl with the high body count, he isn't insecure, he's smart. The other dude is a dummy, and not only that, if he's not a dummy, listen, and if he's not a dummy, he just doesn't have enough options, and he's not secure with his position in the dating market to attract other women. One mic at a time, buddy. Listen, we're gonna get to all points, okay?
Well, you're
So
just
that's listen. Stop it. Okay, stop it. We're gonna get there.
Well, you're
one mic
speaking
at a
in
time.
paragraphs, and you're making
No
all
one's
of
speaking
these
in
points. I'm
paragraphs.
making
I
point by
just
point.
nope. Listen, buddy.
You just stated
Chill
like
out.
3 or 4 sentences. That's literally a paragraph. So like
Listen,
again, how was the?
I'm not done. I'm not done giving my rebuttal to what you said, bro. So just relax, and then we'll get to each point that you have a contention with. You got it?
Sure.
Got it. So with that being said, what you have to understand, competence leads to accomplishments, and then which leads to confidence. Right? So when you have that true, genuine confidence, you have options. When you have options, you have an abundance mindset. When you have an abundance mindset as a man, you have the ability to be intolerant of females' inadequacies. Most men don't meet that. Most men aren't competent. They aren't accomplishing anything, and they don't got that true, genuine confidence to attract women, right? So they settle with anything. And I say that those men are insecure because they're normally settling with a chick with the high body count. Any man that settles with the chick with the high body count, he's insecure because he's going against what his nature is even telling him. You get what I'm saying? His nature is telling him, nigga, no, you don't want a hoe. Get the chick that's hasn't had a whole lot of bodies. Get the chick that's more pure. That's what a man nature yearns for. So what are you talking about?
Okay,
Go with
so
your other part.
Address both parts, right? So when you say
Address the first part you said something about
okay, I will. So
yeah.
when you said that like the man who goes for the woman with the 300 body counts, that's the actual insecure because he's not confident that he can get another woman, so he settles for the one that has a 300 body. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah, buddy. You agree?
Okay, I agree. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
so
here's my problem.
What's your problem?
Here's my problem is that the person, for the reasons that you gave, The
Uh-huh.
person who picks the one who's zero body count, he says, well, I picked the one with zero body count because if I were to pick the one who doesn't have a body count, I read these stats. They say this, that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Stop it there. No, stop it there. That isn't what I'm saying.
Okay, why did he
men?
Pick, well, I
men
asked
have
why
to.
he's smart to pick the virgin.
Okay, I got you. I'll answer that. Okay. Men have to earn their value. You living in La La Land right now. Men have to earn their value. How old are you, real quick? Let me ask you a question. How old are you?
It's irrelevant. Go on.
I'm 35. It is relevant. How old are you?
It's irrelevant. Just continue.
Answer the question, bro, or I'm kicking you off the stream. How old are you, bro?
What is it? How does this support your argument? What, like, I can understand what you're saying.
I'm helping you out real quick, bro, because you're living in delusion land. So let me help you. How old are you? Just answer the question.
I don't feel like sharing my age on here. I'm uncomfortable with that. Just continue with the point. I understand what you're saying. I literally repeated your arguments to you verbatim. You agree.
Okay. I don't even need to know the exact age. Are you under 25 or older than 25?
I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 20s, sure.
Are you younger than 25 or older than 25?
I'm younger.
You're younger than 25. So there's things in this world that you currently just don't understand.
Oh
One,
my God.
you're scrawny. You need to get in the gym,
age, bro.
Well,
you're
listen, it's just a fact. You need to listen, man. I'm trying to help you out.
I didn't want to share my age, bro.
It's okay.
This is
no, it's okay.
Like,
it isn't.
Like, you're
right
too young.
now,
you can't understand this. Like, I'm literally refuting your arguments, repeating.
You didn't refute anything.
Verbatim, and
you agreed to my argument.
Now you're going to pull the age card. This is exactly what I didn't want to share my age.
No, you agreed to it.
This is a sign that you know that your own argument is like weak because you have to appeal to my age to kind of invalidate my refutation.
No,
man. That's ad hominem. Like, you can't say, oh, there are things in this world you're too young to understand. I literally repeated your arguments verbatim, and you said that yes, that is accurate. Like, what?
No. Listen, you just agree with everything that I said. All my alt claims. All my alt claims, you even agreed to the alt claims. So this is what I'm saying.
To the hypothetical. And what I was explaining to you is that even me picking the virgin and even me saying that the typically people would say that I would when in regards to your video game hypothetical, right? What I was trying to explain to you was that doesn't contradict what I'm saying because I would still be admitting my insecurity. The reason why I picked the virgin is because statistically, virgins have the high likelihood of surviving a relationship more than the body count of 300 or whatever. The point is, both would still fall under the realm of insecurity. That still would be insecure.
It wouldn't. So you just said, one, you already admitted that you agreed that men have to earn their value. I mean, you agreed to the competence, accomplishments, confidence. When you got confidence, you have more options. When a man has more options, he's less likely to be tolerating promiscuous women. I thought you did agree to that. You didn't agree to that?
No. So what I agreed to was that you said that the person who settled for the woman with 300 body count because he believed that he can't get another woman or whatever, that would be insecure. I agreed to that. Yeah. But the problem is that both would fall under insecurity. Like,
got you.
So insecure in both realms.
No. So look, I'll explain it another way so you understand. Maybe you're just not understanding me. Got it, right? I'm saying this very simple. The reason why I asked your age is because men aren't born with their sexual value. We have to earn our sexual value. So when you earn your stripes and you're in the gym, you're working out, you're overcoming adversities, you are meeting goals and accomplishing things, that builds character. And as you build character, you become a more attractive man to the opposite mate, right? You become a more attractive man to women. When you become a more attractive man to women, you got options. When you got options, you got an abundance mindset. And then you have the ability to be intolerant. You have testosterone, right? Every day, your nutsack is creating more seeds in you. So you got a oomph that's in you that you need to release. Every man does. So when you build up options and you have an abundance mindset, you're not going to tolerate the chick that's stripping on the pole, that's doing OnlyFans, a chick with a high body count. You got options now. You could choose the more pure girl. That's what I'm saying. So if the man has options and he's choosing the more pure woman, how is it? No, listen. The why is... Why? No, got
Why
you.
Is he picking the one that with zero body? Why?
I already told you. It's from nature. It's innately in men to pick a woman that's more pure. You don't think it's innate?
Okay, hold on. Let me
So you're
address
saying
that.
that our innate, real quick, time out. You're saying that our innate urge in a man to pick a woman that's pure, you're saying that that is insecure?
Okay, can I
No, time out.
address
Answer
that?
that real quick. No,
I'm
answer
trying
that.
to answer it and you keep cutting me off. Like
Go
if
ahead
you
right
allow
now.
me to answer it, I can. Okay.
Go
So the
ahead.
thing is that your insecurity doesn't it's not it doesn't exist independently of itself. Okay? It's a feeling that it's another feeling just like any other feeling or whatever, right? Your feeling can come from your biology, your subconscious, your statistics, whatever the case may be. You can be insecure. That's fine. The reason why you're insecure is rooted in your biology. Who cares? Like it doesn't matter. It's still insecurity. But
No,
another thing, hold on,
I'm
wait,
not
wait, wait.
saying
Let me
that.
adjust the nature. Let me
So,
adjust the
well,
nature.
no,
Let me
answer
adjust.
the
Hold on,
question
sir. I just listened to you
precisely, real
speak in a
quick.
whole paragraph.
I
So
know,
can
got
I
you.
continue? I want
Answer,
to get to the nature part.
just give
So
me a,
when
no,
you
no, real quick.
hold
Give
on,
me a
what, hold
yes
on.
or
Let me
no
address
before
the
you go on.
nature,
I
sir.
know. Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no.
Yes or
Are
no
you
for what?
saying, answer the question. Are you saying that it's in a man's nature? Every man has a nature to want a woman that's pure, that
Okay.
hasn't been ran through and had many penises in her. You're
Yeah, I
saying
heard
that
you.
that nature in a man is insecure. Yes or no? That's
Dude,
checkmate, nigga. Shut up. You sound stupid. On to
bro.
the next, bro. On
Oh
to the
my
next. You out
god.
of here. Out of here. Nigga just want to talk the talk. At the end of the day, hey man, we got more people in here, so we're gonna get some more people in. Homie couldn't understand the he got checkmated on everything. Like, come on. You talking about insecure, that's a lack of confidence. And then I checkmated you. So you're saying that it's in a man's nature to be insecure? He's like, oh no, I can't say it's in a no, that's not what I'm saying. Well, that is what you're saying. Because I broke it all the way down. And this is what happens, chat. Pay attention to people like that. He's a young guy, but pay attention anytime someone is focusing on effects, they're trying to manipulate you. That's why I didn't go outside of, he was talking about all of this other stuff. I know about that. My debating tactic is always to go with the cause and to never go away. I want you to learn something too, young man, because I see you're probably still watching. Never wiggle away from the cause. Stay with the cause. But your cause has to be truthful. He didn't want to go to the cause because he didn't really probably understand the cause because he's a young guy. So I had to give him some game. Manipulation happens when you focus on the effects instead of the cause. I focused on the cause the whole time he was talking about the effects, and that's why I obliterated him in that little debate. It is what it is. We got T.